Hey, what's up, y'all? Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Hope you all enjoying your day and hope you all joined my live earlier at 4 o'clock for Mr. Talks. So I'm back for Mr. Social Corner and we're here to talk about Jazzman's Blues. So if it was a new Tyler Perry movie on Netflix and it was really good, but at the same time, it was emotional feel and it got you in your feelings. I won't say that. And especially a character in that show. Oh, we're gonna discuss that. So yes, we here to discuss Jasmine Blues. So hope you had watched it so we have a discussion. This is a whole discussion of the whole movie. So if you know you didn't see it yet, it's a little review the spoilers and everything. But hey, if you don't care, you can come join in the chat. Mr. 14 from my YouTube channel, subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell and click the thumbs up for so you'll be notified for my videos. Mr. Grown on Instagram, Mr. Grown on Instagram, Thomas _ Grown on Twitter, and Mr. 14 on Discord, hashtag 3488. And the link is down on the description box. All right, y'all. So, hey, what's going on? What's going on? If you see me turn off my camera, it's because this Wi-Fi signal is acting up. I don't know. It's been doing that lately when I'm on streaming, and it's aggravating. So I have to get off camera sometimes. So hopefully people come through. I mean, I announced this for a while now, so support and that's going on. Replay game, thank you for showing up and let me know how y'all feel. Put your comments down below in the comments box and let me know how y'all feel about the movie. Hey Tiffany Boo, how you been? What's going on? So yes, so y'all see the title, Jasmine Blue. And put the A Jazzman's Blue. It's about the movie. We're going to discuss how we feel about the plot, about the characters, about the settings, the time period, how we know about the South, what y'all feeling, all that stuff. We're going to discuss as much as we can. Yes. Yes, because it's a lot. So my first thing is, when y'all first heard that Tyler Perry was going to do another film, what was your initial thoughts? Just be honest, what's going to be initial thoughts? Because, to be honest, Tyler Perry sometimes a hit and miss with his movies. Sometimes he does really well, and sometimes it's a miss. And I will say this movie it was a hit. It was good, but it has you in your feelings because it's another black trauma film. And you know how we feel about that. It's like, how many times can I see black trauma movies and over and over and over? And so, before I even knew about the concept of the show or the movie, I was like, okay, let me try and see how this feels. Because Tyler Perry was going to hit and miss. One of my favorite Tyler Perry movies of all time that he done was The Fairies That Praise. That movie was done well. I love that movie. I still love that movie. I haven't watched it lately, but I have one. That was one of my favorite movies he's done. So, and because that was a good storyline and everything. So I was like, and now people say, oh my gosh. But sometimes it's always a hit and miss. And I think some movies that he really took his time with and he really cared about, you could tell how much craft he put in that movie. And other ones he just said, whatever, it's done, it's done. But like that and the partnership with the Color Girls thing, that was great. Another favorite movie. I should have said that was my favorite one, but that he did a partnership with other people as well. But that was mainly his stuff that he directed as well. And that was one of my favorites as well. So I was like, he did okay job for this movie in Netflix. I will. Now it was brought to me that he been had this story, this thing written up. He just never put this out there yet because his other materials popped off more than this material did. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. So he always had this in the mind. But my thing is, why this type of film? Like, doesn't matter. Don't get me wrong. It was a good movie. He produced it well, and he did got people talking about it. And I heard good reviews about it. It's just that it's a black trauma film, and sometimes people don't want to see it because they don't want to think about the trauma we always go through. And that's how I feel. Because at that point, to be honest, I still haven't seen that movie When They See Us, and I'm not going to see it. Because I already know about that story. I already know about the Central Park 5. And I did not want to subject myself in watching it. I know it was good acting. I know it was great. I heard how good it was. But I could not sit here and watch that movie. I would have been emotionally charged. and I did not want to see it. And I know a lot of people said it was good. And I said, I heard y'all, I heard y'all, but I'm going to hold y'all words to it because I'm not watching it. I was too emotionally charged. I could not put that in my mind, and I would not be ready. So I didn't want to see it. So I was like, I was hoping when I heard about this going to be another trauma film, I said, oh my God, Tyler Perry, why was this type of movie? I want something happy and fun. So I was not going to watch it at first, but I said, I heard a lot of people heard it. I said, you know what? Whatever. I go to watch in Discord. Y'all people watched it with me, and we had a good time. We discussed it, and yes, we had some things to discuss about. Right now, I didn't put up no pictures of the characters, so that's avoiding having people watch it like that. If y'all gonna watch it, y'all will watch it. But let's get into it. All right. So the setting was set in Georgia. Right now, it started off opening around, they said 1987. Right, but the story itself was held back, was in the 30s, in the 1930s. So it's like, okay, because I was in 1987, this not that time, it was a little bit more advanced, but so we saw a one lady walk into the sheriff's office. It was an office that's being seen walking in there, and the sheriff's name was Jonathan, right? And this lady said, listen, the sheriff's sister said, listen, this lady don't want to leave. She is hounding me. She said she got to go in the 30s. Yeah, 30s and the 40s. It was, set in the 30s and the 40s, yeah, around that time. And she didn't want to leave. She said, no, I have to see you, and I need to see you now, all right? So the lady said, oh, whatever, move to the side, girl. Move. It's like that bald white girls, move, bitch. Like, she didn't want into it, but it's just like that. This girl, get to the side, whatever. And he said, well, yeah, see, now I believe it was a Tyler Perry movie set in Georgia. Yeah, right? Because that's the studio set. Right? Jill. So, she said, listen, I need you to investigate a murder that happened like 40 years ago. And he said, what? What now? And everything. He said, no, I need to investigate it. Here. Put a stack on his desk like this. Here, and walked out. She didn't even get no other words. Her name was Hattie Mae. And she didn't know. She just said, listen, here. What's the murder? It happened. Solve it. And I would say, oh, okay. So he started opening the letters and started reading it. And the letters was like a message letter, a love letter to a woman named Bucket. And Bucket, we get to that. A woman named Bucket. And Bucket is the love interest. That's her right here. And she is white adjacent, or like she's passing. She could pass to be white. Even though she is a Negro, black through and through. But because her skin tone, the color, she could pass. And being passed and get close to white, you usually have a little bit more privilege and everything. But once you find out, and I wish I was kind of like, why didn't it pick up on that? But we get to that in a minute. That you not really is white, and you black, you could get got. Because especially at that time, you're not supposed to be intermingling with the monkeys, like they say it. The bad derogatory terms. I know they go some terms might trigger us, but this is some stuff that they wasn't saying back in the day. You're not supposed to be with us. You're not supposed to be with the type of person. Like, no, you're supposed to be sacred with the white people also. You cannot be with that side. And even if you did have a consensual relationship with the person who darker skin or black, the Negro, they would still blame you. They would still blame you. No, they won't blame the passing. They will blame the Negro for doing something to you when the person in the white had a consensual sex. But they don't see it that way. They don't see it that way at all. They will feel like you being, you was coerced, you were forced. Hey, Brittany, and like that. Also, not back in the day, to be honest. Also, oh, it's still happening? True. Exactly. Because I never grew in the South. Like, my family had grew in the South, but I was on the city. So y'all probably have more background of knowledge of in the South, how it was and how it is. I just know what I've heard or what I've seen. Well, family tell me about them things, how it goes, and history and stuff like that. But you not, because the Negro will be like, they will think that you coerce them, you force them on them, even though that's not true. But because the mindset is well warped at that time, and then you know how it's the time of slavery didn't happen. I mean, the separation still was like, it's a lot going on at that time. So Bucket was passing. Even though she's full Negro, she was passing white. And so she got some privilege and some advantages in her favor when it comes to some things in that aspect in the town of Georgia. Now we have the Bayou. Bayou is the main male character. And he was one half of the children from Hattie Mae, and the other guy name wasn't Buster. Hattie Mae was the lady that was first introduced, the older lady that came and told Johnny to read his letters, Circles Mystery. That's Hattie Mae. But we see her now in the past. She's the mother. And then we have Buster, who is the father. Now, Hattie Mae is light skinned. And Buster is a dark skinned black man. I'm saying they're still active some downtown. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Interracial relationships are found apart in certain places. Yeah, child. I heard about that. Yes, that's why I said I don't want to be going down the south, but I had to. Child, I can't. I'm nervous, so like that. But and then Bayou is one of the guys, and he had a brother named Willie Earl. Now Willie Earl is a light skinned son, and Bayou is a dark skinned son. Now Buster took really liking to Willie Earl, and now his other son Bayou. Like he really he clown Bayou. He don't really like Bayou. That's the father I'm talking about. He really don't care for Bayou. He do like his son Willie Earl. Like everything is about Willie Earl. Now the mother Hattie Mae, she don't treat her sons any special privileges. She treats them the same. Now she does take more towards Bayou because how he being treated, and because he really know how to read yet, and he's not really good at reading and stuff like that. So she don't want nobody to really take advantage of her son, which any mother would want like not to have that. That's what I say, right? She didn't want nobody to take advantage of Bayou. Now Bayou has a gift and he could really sing, but he didn't really display that, or her father didn't really want to show his talent. He was trying to embarrass his son by having him play a trumpet, but he's not really good at it. But Willie Earl was good at it, and he was trying to show out. But it was like, why you didn't show the singing ability? Because he could have showed out there. But he was trying to make fun of Bayou, make it seem like he's not good, and Willie Earl is the good one. Okay. So this one, Bucket and Bayou met eye to eye or saw each other. Now they did interest, like somebody said, "Oh, that's Ethel Lee's daughter." Ethel Lee is Bucket's mother, who was a white, who's a Negro, like half Negro, half white, whatever she is. It's like that. It's more than a white lady who probably had knocked up by the black guy and everything, and had a freaking Bucket, and now she's a full-blown Negro, and Bucket was staying with her grandpa. Her grandpa didn't really like anybody near her. And we find out why. It's because he was SA-ing her. Y'all know sometimes I abbreviate the words, that's trigger words. Y'all know what that means. He SA her. So it's like he really don't want nobody her. That's why Bucket was not letting anybody really go to the house, because she didn't want nobody to see what was going on. So she always trying to escape from the grandfather thumb, his watch, to go meet up with Bayou in the street and have talks, things, and meet up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never heard of some downtown. Just look it up. Yes, it's still active around now these days. It still is. I was like, we heard a lot about that. Like Lovecraft Country introduced me into that term, sundown town, because I really didn't really understand. I was like, wow, is this really is a thing still going on? I said, child. So now I was not even think that it went away, but I was like, this is the first time I actually really heard the term of sundown towns. It's like that when I watched that movie. Let's see. So she was staying with her grandpa. So he was SAing her, and that's when he wanted nobody around Bucket. Because Ethel Lee just sent her daughter down here. It's like that. Yeah. That's still mad they canceled Lovecraft Country. I said, what the hell, HBO Max? What the hell is wrong with y'all? But like that. So you know, Hattie Mae was like, Bayou said he wanted to talk, ask his girl out on a date and everything, to school and everything. So Willie Earl, that's the brother, that's a light-skinned brother. He was hating. And he seemed like a really hater towards his brother Bayou. Him, Willie Earl, and his father, and their father Buster, was really mean nasty towards Bayou. Oh, you nothing, you this or that, it's like that. So when Bayou was trying to go impress Bucket, Willie Earl was in like, oh, she ain't gonna talk to you. She's not gonna do this. You ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna say, you can't go around there. You can't go in the house, all stuff like that. Now, meanwhile, in some aspect, it was true because the grandfather was not letting Bayou in that house or even talk to Bucket. But at the same time, why are you hating? Why are you hating? They'll make it like you was a big hater like that. You think if Bucket couldn't pass? I'm trying to say something too. Because I want to know either. Because maybe he thinks that's the same. If you think Bucket couldn't pass. Now, I don't think he would. Because he gives me that more closeness to the light, and he think that was better. And she's pure. Because how he was so nasty to freaking Bayou for no reason. Like that. Now, if Willie Earl was probably approached her. But I think the grandfather ain't want nobody near. But yes, I guess it's because she was a lighter complexion and passing that he thought that she was good and she was better. Because I think if she was like Bayou's complexion, I don't think he would have touched her. I believe so. I don't think he would have touched her. Or he probably would have near her, have her in the house. Child. Yeah, so before he went there, Brother been a hater to the point that Bayou was all nice than a shirt and tie, and Brother Willie Earl just kind of beat him up, pushed him to the ground, beat him up a little bit, and I was like, why are we doing this? I mean, yes, Bayou was tussling with his brother, but still at the same time, it's like he wasn't trying to let his brother beat him up like that, but still tussling with him. Had him to stop him, and now he got his shoes messed up, his shirt messed up. Oh, I said, oh my gosh. Y'all know where we going with this Willie Earl business, right? Okay, so we're going to keep going. So at some point, Buster the father, he made this little comment about, oh, you disgusting and you dog just, he said something about his skin, about his skin tone. Oh, you just dark, you just busted like your father, so busted like you dark skinned. I said, it was something along the lines about him being dark skinned and how he wasn't all that and he is not favored. But I said, you do know you dark skinned just like him, right? So you hate your own self and you're just skin color just like you hate your son? Because he just came out your nutsack. So what you trying to say? It's like you just talk just like him. So that's what he favors his other son because he likes it because maybe he didn't like himself and he don't like how dark his complexion is, so he can't stand Bayou. But Bayou's just ain't complexion like you, so you hate your son, you hate yourself. But oh well. So Buster left the family. He took the money. Handy Mae worked hard for the money and everything, but no, he took the money. He said no, he needs to go to Chicago. He needs to do him. He trying to do some business, like music and everything. And we're leaving. Now, Willie Earl said, you got to take me with you. Take me with you. What's going on? Take me. I got to work with you. I want to go with you. And everything. And I said, nah. And because he left, Willie Earl is blaming Bayou. I said, why everybody blame Bayou? Like, why he's a scapegoat? It's like that was getting annoying. That was annoying. I was like, oh my god, I see what this going. And Adam Hattie May had enough. And she loved both her sons, but damn, the treatment to Bayou was horrible between the brother and the son, the father. So at this time, Bayou had to get away and everything. Oh well, Bucket was throwing paper airplanes inside. You know, wait, yo, I just realized something. Was that Bucket's mom, dad, or father's dad? You know what? I don't even know who that was that. Because it did, I don't know. Because I know she sent her down to the grandfather. So that might be her father, but they never really emphasized who father was that. All we know that was the grandfather. Yeah. That was a good question. That was a good question. So, oh y'all, if I as I'm talking, if y'all have anything I probably missed when I'm talking through the storyline, y'all put it down in this conversation and let me know. We want to have this conversation. I want just be me just all talking. So yes, it was like he left. So Bucket was like throwing paper airplanes in the window. It was like, okay, meet me outside, everything. And he was sneaking out. Sneaking out. Now he don't think that his mother knows. I said your mother knows. Like you sneaking out the house and everything. She watches everything. She probably knew who he was trying to meet. And it's like, okay, whatever. So your mother knew because she put on blast. She said, oh, you sneak out the house, see this girl. He said, you knew? I said, mother's knows. What you think? You wanted out the house, walking out the window, and then she would not know that you leaving out the house. And she didn't care. All she cared, like you got a girl, you want to press her, it's fine and stuff. Now, it was going out, and not Sissy. We will get to Sissy in a minute. That's another lady. That's another cast member. Bucket was helping him to read because at first he was talking to her, and then he called her Bucket. He said, "No, my name is what her name was." Leanne, right? I think her name was Leanne, something like that. She said, "Oh, my name is Leanne to you." I said, "Oh, okay, girl, whatever." And everything. And after a while, they started talking, and she realized he couldn't read, and she was helping him read. So every night she was having him like read books and stuff to her, and he was excited. Every time he go out the house, even rain or shine, they was going out that same area. Leanne, right? Yep, go out the same area, and and reminiscing. And to the point they started getting infatuated with each other, especially him. Like he was infatuated as love, kiss, all that stuff, yada yada. Now, and now at this point, after all this said and done, he was getting better in his reading and his skills and stuff like that. Willie Earl decided he wanted to leave and be with his father and find his father in Chicago. And you know, that kind of like broke her mother heart. Hattie Mae was like, Willie Earl, what's going on? Like you leaving like husband left and now you leaving? She asked, and I was just only her and Bayou. Sure. Now, I did forget to mention that Bayou saw the SA Act of Bucket and her grandfather. So he saw that, but he never really mentioned that he actually saw it. But he's like, he felt powerless because he couldn't like stop him or support whatever he did. He just felt powerless in that aspect because he felt like he should be protected. I said, boy, ain't much you can do. So Bayou at this point, because he was so enamored with Bucket, he wants to marry Bucket. That's what he wants. He wants to marry her. And I was like, oh, okay, you want to marry this girl. And he's really in love with her. And so at the time when he went to go talk to her and try to at least ask her hands in marriage, stuff like that, that's where thinking the grandfather called the mother, Bucket's mother, after Lee, and say, you gotta come and get her because she is confusing with the Bayou, and Bayou took advantage of her. And that grandfather was nasty because when he thought that figure Bayou was crushed, that grandfather was laughing hard, the sinister laugh. It's like, oh my gosh. You're the one who's SAing your granddaughter, but you put it on bio. And that's how that was. I was child. I was like, So the mom kind of got her and took her away. And her mom has some plans. So she wasted no time to come down there and to get Bucket. I said, So at that time, Bayou went to the army. He went to the military. He went for a year. And over that whole time of the year, he kept writing. Now, he was not getting responses back because the mother was looking at the letters and realizing that he was sending and writing the letters, and she didn't want no parts of Bucket reading the letters, so she was telling the mailman to take it back. Return it. So he thinking that she was not responding to the letters when the mother was interfering. And I was like, oh, child, interfering. Well, everything. I said, oh. So we come to find out. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Child, this, like I said, this movie was good. But it gonna have your feelings though, but it was good. So at this time, Sissy is another character. Sissy was like a maid to a mayor. Mayor, what's his name? Okay, Mayor. No, the sheriff. Oh man, Bucky married John. Okay, yeah, Mayor John and the Sheriff Jackson. Yeah, Sheriff Jackson. If you haven't watched The Oval, Jackson is Kyle in The Oval. And I said, oh, he recycled his figure characters. Whatever, because you know Cal plays as a Secret Service secret agent in The Oval, who's like a love interest of Donald, who's like the head of the staff. And but you know, he played like a side gay character, everything. But he's played the sheriff in this one. I said that boy, oh boy, they love him in sinister roles, huh? So he's a sheriff, and his brother was running for mayor, and the mom said that she don't have no money. I guess she would let go, let half, whatever was happening, but she don't have no money. So she using her daughter Bucket as a meal ticket to get what she needs, her status. So she made Bucket married to the Mayor John. I said, oh, who is Jackson, the Sheriff Jackson's brother? So I said, So Sissy was the maid working for the household. Now at this time, Hattie Mae had a place, a tavern that she sings and everything, because they're their own thing. And what Hattie Mae was doing, she was making money, and that she was paying Jackson off. I guess to not to bother them, whatever it is. As long as she keep giving them money, he would turn a blind eye. As long as y'all know anything intermingling with rice and something like that, he would turn a blind eye. They won't touch the place. They won't not even acknowledge the place. She gave him money. He would not mess with them. That's what it was. So at the time, and Sissy was the maid, but also she was really cool with the family. So she was telling them, like, let's move to Hopeland County, whatever is better, and all stuff like that. So at the time when Bayou was military, that's where Hattie Mae and Sissy moved to. Hopewell County. Let me get the names right. Hopewell County. And she held a juke joint when she was singing and doing the blues, and then she was sounding nice. You know, if y'all don't know Hattie Mae, the visual is, if y'all watch How to Get Away with Murder, she was Professor Tegan. Y'all remember Tegan? That's Hattie Mae. So y'all got the visual. Who she looked like. Yeah. She singing her heart out and everything, doing the thing. And this was the time we start seeing Bayou singing. We said, oh, Bayou has a voice. And this is his lane. Like he can sing. I said, okay, so why are you trying to play him? He has a voice. So that's what it was. So that's what making them money. And that was the time. And at the time, the whites don't they see them put me on. It's like at some places that they don't care where you at, they don't think you existed. And that's sometimes what's an advantage that you're not existing until it's needed, until they trying to come after you, whatever. And if it's some reason for them to come at you, they will come at you. But other than that, they don't acknowledge your existence. So they had that little tavern that they didn't bother from. They had their little safe haven, and it was not bothering anyone until something happened. Then they put some heat to their spot. But other than that, you are non-existent to the whites at that time, and it's probably still goes today. You're not existent. So as long as you don't cross those boundaries, they don't think you exist. And sometimes that plays in your favor. You don't see me, I don't see you. That's what it was. So that's what it was going. Is they had a little arrangement that it was not being bothered. And that's that. So with the mother, she said, listen, you are your ticket and this is your family and you need to get the money. So, oh well. And I forbid you to even see that Negro. Well, she called him the monkey. Yeah, still. Not just in the South either. Yes, that's true. It's everywhere. You not exist. Mm. Oh, the reason why Bayou found out because when he was trying to propose, Sissy dropped the base to tell him that Bucket's leaving, and that's what he rushed over there to try to see what's going on, because Sissy has like inside things what's going on, everything. So she's like a know-it-all. She knows some things, and Sissy don't play. It's like she doing what she can, but you can't step over her shoes because she will clap back. That's what Sissy was doing. I said, all right, Sissy. And that's what I'm saying. Like you could pass yourself, girl. You more white adjacent to the freaking than your daughter. Now, you had to hide the fact that your daughter's a Negro. But it was like at the end of the day, girl, you was passing. It's like why you didn't marry the mayor? Like why your daughter had to do it? Or you in your prime, like you think you couldn't do it? Why it had to be your daughter? I was like, this is ridiculous. Because I was like, I don't understand that either. I said, girl, you could have married the mayor. No. What else is going on? Oh yeah. So at the time of the Jukes joints, when they were singing everything, Willie Earl came back with a guy named Ira. Now we found out Ira was a Jewish man that he had his little struggles. That at his struggle time, Jews and everything, the Germans and they were superior race and they came at the Jews and they wiped them out or something like that. His family was killed. Oh, so it was damaging. So I was like a manager or something like that for music and everything, and he and I think Willie Earl helped him because he was in a dark place, whatever. I guess he was something, alcohol, drugs, whatever. He was sick. So Willie Earl brought him over there to the juke joint. I said, why you bring this white man over this place? Like, what the hell? What the hell? Like, not get me wrong. Nobody treated him bad. But at the same time, they was like, you brought heat to our picking place. This is not what we're doing here. So the guy is all there, whatever. Willie Earl came back, and the mom, Hallie Mae, could sense there's something wrong with her son. She see it right in her face, and then we even see it. I said, he's stoned out or something. What the hell is wrong with him? All freaking sweating and shit. And I was like, yes. He need detox. Yes. Maybe I think yes, he was recovering. He needed to detox the stuff that he was getting out. And he's the one I think put Willie Earl in. Like Willie Earl got addicted to the shit, basically, or whatever. We find out he got addicted, and then Bio helped clean Ira out. Clean Ira out. That was how like he helped detox them because Bio was good in medicine and all that stuff, and anime because Willie Earl was trying to convince his mother, listen, you gotta help him, and all stuff like that. He said, why you bring him here? Why in his house? No, you gotta go to the hospital. You go to the hospital. No, I come over here in my freaking house. You try to get us killed. Like, what's going on with it? Like, it's like with at this point he was aggravating because he was to being selfish. Now he want to be in the freaking band. He couldn't get it. He tried to think Ira could help him. So that's his meal ticket to get into what he needs to get. Oh, you know what? Yes, never mind. It wasn't Ira. It was the father. Cause father was on that stuff, and then Will Earl got it. Yes, correct. Yeah, it was right. It was the father and everything. But at the time, we didn't know what happened to Buster because he came back without his father, and his father, he was like, "Oh, his father's doing good." This, blah, blah, blah. So okay, at the time we didn't know. But yes, I was a manager that could have helped him. But I was on his like little detox stuff that's going on too. So it was like, what the hell is going on? You playing some two drugs. In that freaking place, and that mother was hot. I would be hot too. I said, boy, oh boy, you lucky you my son, because I would have drop kick your ass, bringing this freaking boy in my guy in my house, all that stuff. So it got him better, and it got him better. And I was just talking about Bio, and I think he was appreciative that he got helped, and Widow Earl want that ticket back to Chicago. At this point, when we find out Sissy came back and we found out Sissy married to Mayor John or something like that, and thanks. Oh, so back in the Jew point, Woody Earl is kind of after he got better, Ira got better. Woody Earl was trying to figure out, okay, what's going to happen? Let me know. Like, what's up? We got to get going. I'm trying to get in, try to be successful. So he said, "I like, give me a call, come call, cool. I got to call the people. I got to call that. Calm down." So he called the people and said, "We're going to get addition. It's going to happen soon." But I went in mind said he needs something better. He needs something. It's not the sound. He's not getting it when he needed. So when Bayou sung at the place, I was attendance went up, and he said, "Oh my gosh, that's the knack we need. That's the sound we need." And right off the bat, child, we were fuming. He said, "Oh snap, that's the act we need." But now he didn't know that at the time yet. But we'll see that. Check that later. But he heard Bio sing, and he said, "Oh snap, that's what." Because at the time, Will Earl was singing as well. When he came back and he played his instruments and like that, Hattie Mae, she loved her sons, so that's what happened. So it was one point. What was it? I think Bayou went to the house. Right, so Bayou went somewhere, and somewhere, shape, or form, Bucket and Bayou kind of connected, but I think Bayou's back was towards Bucket, but she noticed that was him, and it was some interaction. So Bucket saw or have felt presence of Bayou, and now she want to see him. And so, life of me, the mother was trying to run defense a while because she knows her daughter still has some interest in this guy and everything. And my thing was like, I was getting agitated a little bit with Bucket, even though it's not always her fault. But at the same time, I said, "Girl, you passing. The sheriff and the mayor believe you white. And you could get Bayou killed, keep messing around with this boy." Like, I was like, "Girl, you got somebody," and then no, Bayou is so hung up on Bucket. He had nobody else. His whole love interest was Bucket. And now she married to someone else. And they don't like the Negroes, stuff like that. Not knowing that she is one, but she's passing. And they could kill him. And I feel like she was agitating her, but keep going to see this guy, and I say, "Come on," and then Bayou don't care. He wanted to see him, and I said, "Y'all playing the dangerous game, y'all two." And that was agitating. I said, "Y'all relax, like calm it down." And Sissy was trying to want interference, but at the same time, she always gives in. She always gives in. So, so she trying to help these facilitate, but they kept putting Sissy in the middle. And I was like, but Sissy is still smart, though. She's got things done. But at the same time, it was putting her in the middle. So at one point, Bucket went to see Bayou. And they snuck everything. Because she came in her car driving like it was no tomorrow. When you know it, they could get caught. And I said, girl, not in the open like this. What the hell is wrong with you? And I said, oh, my gosh. So they went to the little private spot. And I guess they get to talking and everything. And then Sissy came and got him because Sissy was supposed to pick him up. So I just used Sissy as a cover up. And he said when they saw we were driving past, Sheriff Jackson stopped Bucket and saw where she was going. Because they said, what the hell are you over here for? And you know, he's on one. So Bayou said, listen, Sissy, you gotta come for me. You gotta come for me. Girl, come. Say that was what you trying to pick me up. Now Sissy was annoyed, but she caught on and she covered for him. And she was like, you know, I'm sorry. I came and see me. I was trying to pick her up and all that stuff. And it was something. And she was kind of pick me up and, you know, I got to ride with Bayou and stand and stuff like that. So it let her go. And I was like, child, I said, y'all playing this dangerous game. Y'all playing this dangerous game. Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah. So at that first initial talk, Bucket want to come clean and let them know there's an eagle. I said, oh, so Bayou said, no, you don't do that. Don't do that. You got to keep that in your grave. Shut it. You were like, I know you want to be this free woman and try to do that. But the minute they find you an eagle and all stuff like that, it's going to be something. It's going to be something. So he told you, no, you can't say you are a Negro. They believe you're white. Let it be. But then y'all playing this dangerous game. You're going to see each other. I was like, oh my gosh. So at that time, they got hot and heavy. And they had sex in the car. And who saw them at the car? Ethel Lee, the mother. She saw them. I said, oh, child. Yes, the power of the cootie. For real, of the kitty cat. The power of the kitty cat. He gave in. He needs it. Because I don't think he really had sex with anything. Well, yeah, I think the first time they had sex with each other. So he got it in. And he was doing his thing because she was loving it. She was like, banging out. And she saw it. And I said, oh, not the meal ticket. You know, she was fuming. I know he defied my freaking daughter. That's what she was thinking. Not knowing that her daughter gave it up at the same time. Hey, Rosamond, how you doing? That part made me so mad. How you going to ban your own child? Yes. She wanted the money so damn bad. She would do anything necessary. Her own daughter, her meal ticket. So like that. So they had sex, and the mother saw it. So she ran and tell that. And when that happened, everything went downhill from there. Things went downhill from there because she ran and tell that. Yes. So Sissy knew what was doing. So I guess Sissy had to lie. Oh, no, hold up. Oh, that's why I said that, man. She lied to protect it. So at the house, that freaking Bucket was on one. I think I mixed the order up, but it doesn't matter. That whole thing was on one. She up here scrubbing floors and stuff like that. And telling Sissy when Sissy got where she came from, the juke joint, oh, you got to clean this up. I said, I mopped the floor. I said, no, there's other stuff. And kept going and being nasty, flipping. I said, don't be doing that when she covered for you and save your behind. Chad, don't do that. right? So, and then you gonna come and smack Sissy. Sissy said, girl, right back. Don't play with me. Child. Oh, yeah. So, at this time, Bucket was telling John, she said, you know what? Yes, I like Sissy. Sissy said, girl, I might be your maid, but I ain't no punk bitch. I will slap your ass right back. Sure. Oh. For real, right? To tell her, I said, this bitch is a Negro. And what's up? Chad, I know that would be a war up in their house. Child. So Bucky told John she was going back to Boston. And John said, you dare that? And watch what happened. Watch what happened. Like basically threatened her to the point that she had to be stuck. I was like, ooh. Because she stuck married to him, even though she don't want him. But she stuck married to him. And John said, you trying to do that. Watch what happened to you. Threat her off. So now she's scared. And I said, I don't like how they're putting Sissy in the middle. Bayou and freaking Bucket was agitating me, putting Sissy in the middle of this thing. But then again, like I said, Sissy is still smart, so she worked things out. But I like how they put it in the middle, so like that. So the mother snitched. The mother snitched and told what happened and said that the monkey defiled the Bucket. And when she said that, boy oh boy, Mayor John and after tricks, for real, Mayor John and Sheriff Jackson went to off bio, magic trick, empty bucket. That's what I'm saying, right? Off her, off him. Sissy got a win on this, and she was like, "Oh my god!" So she had to ran. She ran to tell them that they're gonna come get you. They're gonna kill you. Now Hattie Mae's fear is kicked up all high because now they put heat to their neighborhood, and now she don't want her son to get killed over this freaking lady. That's what freaking Hattie Mae was not liking it because like, girl, you passing, you put my son in freaking danger, and then my son don't want to stop seeing you, and now he's all weak to the knees. It's like, gosh. So at that time, Willie Earl was leaving to Chicago, so they put Buck in that car and said, "You take both of them. Gotta go with them, go." And they drove off and went to Chicago. And when they finally got to the place, Hattie Mae said, "Oh, he's not here. Don't you lie to me, Hattie Mae." I said, "Oh, she lying to you. They left. She ain't lying." So yes, he wasn't there today. We will come back. All right, and now let's check somewhere else. Long gone. That's an old child. So at a point where they're driving, Bayou, that's what I'm saying. You should have listened to my like, stop it. Like, for real. I was fearful. She was like, "Oh my gosh, let this woman go." So at one point they was driving. Bayou want to go back. I said, "Boy," Bayou was aggravated to me too sometimes too. Not because I don't like his character, but I said, "Girl, you was one track mind about this freaking girl Bucket, and you're not looking at the bigger picture up here. It's all about Bucket. I can't, girl. I can't like her coolie cat was that good. Like, so I'm making a joke, but still, like, other than that, like, gosh, she got a whole husband here, and you focus on no other woman. All right, so After when he was driving, he wanted to go back. I said, "Oh, you think not?" I would say, "No, you better not." And Ira was working his hard to tell by you not going back right now. Ira knew what's up, and how Ira knew because he spoke about his own journey and how he understands. Now, it's not understanding about being a black and stuff like that, but at the same time, you know how the Germans, who's the Holocaust, all that stuff like that happened. He told his story, how his family got killed, all that stuff, and he understands that. So what you have to do is making enough money and do what you have to do so you could be able to withstand and go back and get it at the right time. But you cannot do it now. You're not strong enough. You're not ready enough. You going back there suicide. You need to do better and think better. So get your money up, and then some way, shape, or down the line, you could get back what you want. But you can't not do it now. And so I guess enough convincing that he told them they went back. They kept continuing to Chicago. Because I was like, oh boy, what's an Ira? That boy he probably would have ran back or something. I was like, child. All this time, Woodard Earl was sitting in the back. I said, what the hell is this drunkie in the back seat for? Not drunkie, druggy. Like that. So they got to Chicago, right? And Woodard Earl Brittany still around? I knew you had something to say, Brittany. Man, what else? So, Woodard Earl and Bio went inside with Ira. Now they was performing, rehearsing, and the producer manager who was up there, and I guess he was flipping over something. No, we can't do it. No dishes, no nothing like that. No, bye. Now, Woodard Earl took that as it was a no. And he took his freaking privileged ass a title behind outside and pissy fit and then stood there. So Ira, I just like, oh, okay, I like Boo. Okay. And Ira was like, okay. So Ira told Bio to get on stage and to sing. Now, Bio was nervous at first, but then when he got on stage, he started singing. And boy, oh boy, when he started singing, everybody was like, oh, okay. So they just stopping their track. And they said, even the producer, that manager came out and he heard it. And he said, oh, snap. So that's how you do it. Sometimes you got to let them know. Like they try to be all flipping and saying, oh, no, we don't want no dishes. No, you too late. All that stuff. No, show them. Don't ask them. No, just show them. And that's exactly what he did. Now, if Willie Earl would have kept his ass there, he would have probably gotten a gig too. But he did got a gig, but he wasn't the main act. He was part of the orchestra. And Bayer was doing singing, most of the singing. That's what it was. I said, all right, Bayer, you better do it. So now we went to the back room, and that's where we started seeing what Willie Earl was doing. Willie Earl was shooting up in his arm. And he felt some way by Bios taking a spot like that. He should have been there. I said, nobody told you to walk out the figure to be your man and pissed off about something. You could have been there, probably had a duo gig, whatever it is. But no, you messed up your own bag. So you can blame you. No blame Bio, but everything is Bio's fault. Everything is Bio's fault. Get that from the father. His father, Buster, always blame Bio. So every Earl do the same thing. Right? So do it, and then Bio have a soft spot. Yeah, Bio is fucking for his brother. Say, put him in there. And Bio have a spot for his brother, even though his brother treated him dirty. Treat him dirty. And you still have a small spot for your brother. Now, I'm not saying cut your brother off, but then if he treated you bad, why the hell you not reciprocating? I'm sorry, but I'm not putting as you get older, you're not putting your energy trying to protect somebody who's not protecting you. Hell to the no. You don't want to have bad habits to them, but if they don't want to care for you, I'm not caring that much. But no, Bio was a good one. He always like that was the fault. That was his weakness to the fault, and that kind of messed him over in the few later on in this movie. But we get to that because your brother wouldn't think twice about you, but you had all the care in the world for him. Okay. So we find out that Hattie, not Hattie, Cain and Abel in the South. Child. We find out, what was that? Oh, we find out Bucket was pregnant. And we know she got pregnant by because I don't think she was smashing Char like that. But she got pregnant by Bayou. And Sissy brought Bucket to the house, to Hattie Mae's house. And Hattie Mae was livid. Livid. And why you bring this bitch over in my house? Like she was part of the reason why my son is freaking out this house. And you bring her over here to get pregnant. Why you take her to the White Hospital? She would get care. Say, you gotta do it. I said, she don't got to do shit. But because Hattie Mae has a trade that she could birth. She does. She birthed kids like that. So, so after she did what she did, she birthed the baby, and she told Leslie, take her to the White Hospital and go there now. Go now. So at this time, Bayou was sending letters to Bucket, but it was going to the mail services. And the mail services, what they was doing, they was opening the damn mail and taking the money out of it. And then when the Hattie Mae was going to get the letter, she would keep realizing the freaking money was out in the freaking thing. It was open. It was why my letters open. It came that way. How it came that way? Yes, I know. Yeah, I know the reason why. It was like if the case baby was dark, they couldn't take it to the White House because they would have figured it out. But I understand the reason why. I was just like, damn. But the baby came out like I said, girl, you was one hell lucky ass lady. Luckiest lady. Because that baby when it came dark, it was a clear indicator who their baby daddy was. And everything. I was like, phew. Now, absolutely, we all know as a viewer that it was Bayou's child. But because we don't think she was having sex with Megan. But boy, oh boy, child, it was alluded to that she was, so she could keep up appearances. But baby, if that baby the gig came out, whew, I don't know what the hell they won't try to do. So, ooh, what was that? That's too okay. All right, let's go back to it. Yeah. So at some point, Bayou, after he got a level of success in Chicago, he wants to go back to the thing because I guess he found and he got wind of Buckets is pregnant. So it wasn't going back and doing anything. He just got a wind of it. Oh, you didn't know that was Bayou's baby? Yeah, it was his baby. Yeah, it was. It was definitely was his baby. The only thing that she was nervous about because lucky for her, her baby came out passing because who she was married to. Now the baby didn't come out passing because at one point Bucket was nervous that her baby would be dark because she started getting nervous because the baby, I guess that day looking at behind the ears, something like that, but they realized now, yeah. And she realized that she would get nervous that the baby was getting darker, but that didn't happen. I said, you play the guards, girl, that shit ain't happen. Shoot. And she was low key happy because she was not happy with John. She really wanted to buy him, which I didn't like how she was going about doing it. But at the same time, I do feel like she loved him just as much Bayou loved her. But I just feel like Bayou had so one track mind that he wasn't thinking about everything else. And her too. That's why I was like, y'all two was aggravating me. That's like y'all couldn't play this smart. Yeah. Oh yeah, so yeah, I wrote that. Bobby does a lot for his brother, but he won't do the same thing for him. Stuff. So at one point, he would let his brother sing for him at times, and that freaking manager was like, "What is going on here?" I gave him get a little grace, but he doing the most. He coming in here, being unprofessional, look hot mess, and I'm giving him chances because of you, Ira, and because of Bio. But he don't got much chances around here. So at one point, Bio let Willie Earl perform, and Willie Earl was stumbling and doing the most, looking hot mess. Yep. Either way, one or both was going to end up, looking a hot mess. So when they was in the back, Biden had enough. He started lying. He was taking his stuff. Like he took the drugs and everything and hid it from Willie Earl. And I said, Biden, see, I understand you don't want your brother doing that, but let your brother be because that drug strength is no joke. Because I think one time that was a cousin came and see them, and I think that's when he spilled the bean about that girl pregnant, something like that. And he was trying to come more and stuff, yada yada yada. But Bio wasn't planning to go over there so he could perform, and then he was telling Bucket that she coming back with him, and I don't care what you say, you coming back with me. So she was happy, she was excited, and all that stuff like that, whatever, all that stuff. And I guess Cece had to give the letter to Bucket so she could read it. But he took the drugs, and when he did that, Woody Earl was livid, and he started attacking his brother. And I said, one thing about these drug strength is strong. They become Superman for their thing. So I said, you better not mess with the drug strength. And lo and behold, they was going tussling. Now, Bayer's no punk. He was going back and he was hitting his brother too. But that drug strength is strong. So going back and forth, the manager came, he said, oh, you out of here. Get out of here. You out. Bye. You fired. Like he told Willie Earl that. And Bobby could stay, but you fired. So they got Willie Earl flips everywhere down. He going back. And I would say, just give it to him. Just give it to him. Let him go. Give it to him. Yeah, Sissy told him about the kid. Yeah, the cousin about his mom getting none of his. Oh yeah. Because the mom wasn't getting the money, and that's when we find out the freaking people stashing his money. But Sissy told him. Yeah, Sissy split up. Yeah, she told him about the kid. Yeah, because Sissy always telling things. So I really thought she had done that, baby. No. Yes. Yes, Sissy did tell him because it's like, that's your kid. That's your kid. And if you put two together, it could be the kid. But the way how the baby came out, like everybody was thinking it was John. I said, no, that baby is. That's why she took it over there and see it was make sure the baby was not dark skinned because the timeline matches that she got pregnant right away. She had that little freak neck and session in the car. Like that. But lucky for her, that baby came out good passing that it could be raised without any harm done to the baby. I said, oh, girl. But with a sacrifice price. We get to that in a minute because about to almost done. Right. Thank you for seeing for sending the thing to because we know it was a week ago. But I know he got one with that who was told. Yeah, it had to be Sissy because Sissy always tells him things. Right. So he was going back and everything, try to set things up to get back to get things done because it was over the juke joint. I don't know. John could have kids. I don't know. This incompetence business. He looked like he wasn't even capable of being a mayor. I said, with this little scrawny ass motherfucker here, you should have had better to have Jackson. He had the more ball kahunas, being all dominant and shit. But we saw Willie Earl passed up in the bed. Now this is the time he was trying to go back to Georgia, Boston, or whatever. Yeah, I think Boston's like that. Hopewell County, whatever that. No, it's in Georgia, Hopewell County. He's over there in the bed. And I would say, leave his ass there. Leave it there. Leave him there. But no. No. He had to take his brother with him. I said, oh, child. Right then and there, I was like, this not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. You should have left your motherfucking brother at that freaking bed, knocked out, laid out. Because at that time, that's what he told Bayou about how his father died in Georgia. Yes, they were still in Georgia, Cooper County, Georgia. Because it makes sense they couldn't be in Boston, Georgia. That's how he found out his father got killed. He said his father got killed right in front of him. So that kind of messed him up. And that's when he came back and everything. And then he needed also, but he still kind of was low key blaming Bayou. I said, hey, you sit here, let him say all this in your face, and you still trying to take him with you. Still trying. I would have told mommy, I said, no, he's going to stay in Chicago. Let him be. All right. That's what I meant. I said, no. Yes. And you nothing. It's all your fault. It is there and all that. Day, daddy, it's the daddy died right in front of me. I said, that's what Bayou found out how father died. I said, oh, that's how you going to tell him about your father? Really? And they took him with you. And he still took him with you. And he still didn't like you. Cursing you out and everything. He was really cursing him out. I'm exaggerating. But still. And he still took, I would have left his ass right there. I was like, oh, no. And he was so hateful. So hateful. Right, so they took him. They went back to the place. And they had to keep it really cool and quiet and under wraps. Right? They said they shot Buster in front of him. So they went in the back of town. Everybody was happy and this and that and all that stuff like that. Now, I know at that point, Bucket and Bayou was meet up. And they met at a bus stand. And I think they arranged that with CC didn't have to happen. All that stuff. Whatever happened, it met up. Because that's what was like the baby. I guess he wanted to see the baby. She wanted to happen to go see the baby. And they was going hoping to leave together. That's what it was. They got to the place, performing and everything, trying to do the performing and everything. And this motherfucking Woody Earl go take his freaking light-skinned ass to tell the sheriff that his brother was in town. And he gonna be at this place. I was like, oh no, he didn't. This motherfucker hate his brother so damn bad. Hate him so bad. And I was so livid and so done with it. I was so livid. I said, I know this motherfucker. Because like, they was not featuring. They didn't even knew he was in town. They didn't know that. Because like I said earlier, they don't care if they don't search for you. He could have got there, performed, and left his ass out. And went back to Chicago. Now, he was trying to leave with Bucket, and I don't know how that was going to happen. But still, they wouldn't even know he there. But you took your ass down there to tell them, so they round up their people. So figured Bucket, Bayou went to see Bucket, and they was talking in the bus. Willie Earl was performing. As he was performing, he put up a freaking act, and he was crying. Now, this is how sinister this motherfucker was. He was crying, putting up an act. Right then and there, the wheels turned. It was Hattie Mae. I think Hattie Mae. So I think she saw her son. The wheels turned, and the fear in Hattie Mae turned on. I was like crying. I said, "What you do?" I know Hattie Mae said, "What the fuck did you do? Like, what did you do?" So they saw the best, the mob, with their fires, their sticks, everything. Now I guess Bio's like he ain't trying to he didn't want Bucket and the baby be harmed. Which I was like, I don't know what he thought it was gonna happen, but he got out and he told him to hit him out. And I said, that ain't gonna work. That didn't work. And I was mad too. I know CM could tell you. I was mad when he said, I said, hear you out. Like, what the hell are we gonna do? But then again, I know he did that because he didn't want to because what their mindset was on him. So they was thinking about freaking Bucket. They was thinking about Bucket. So because they would have if it was they saw Bucket and thing and then on the day, they probably would have burnt that whole bus up. So he took out a sacrifice and martyred himself for to save Bucket and the child. And not only did they freaking shot him, because they all heard at the barn, they had to hang him too. And to the point that I think Sissy saw it when and she ran and she screamed in the buck and saw them. It's like, no, because they heard a gunshot. And that's, I think they all started running out there. And when they ran out there, you know, Hanime and everybody was bawling, crying. And Hanime, especially the Hanime Sissy. And it was Bucket was in the bus. Like, she was hurt too. Because she saw it in her eyes, saw it in front of her face, that what they did to Bayou. And the brother went up there. Like I said, he put on an act. It was kind of low-key smirking that he saw his brother killed. I was like, I wanted to beat the out of Willie Earl, right? The actor won't be anything but Willie Earl until he redeems himself. He just what do I do to see Bucket? Plus, he has some money. I was like, yeah, I know. He didn't want them to see Bucket. That's why he did that. I was like, and you go smirk at your brother like this. Your brother is hanged or something, and you hate your brother that bad to smirk like you saw that happen like it was no tomorrow. I was like, I said, who need enemies when you got family like that? Who need enemies when you got a family like that? The fact that you would be that hateful of Bayou, who was nothing but nice to you, to the fault. That's why I said his bringing Willie Earl back like that put him to demise. Or because you got fired, it was your doing. It was your doing. And your brother took you back and you ratted him out because you was hateful. Now, we don't even know update, but if I would have had it made, I wouldn't even speak to Willie Earl anymore. Fuck you. I know you love your son, but your son was responsible for it. Now I don't know I don't think she knew that he was the one who was ratting out. I don't think nobody would knew. But child, when she saw freaking Willie Earl doing all that, she really knew something was happening. She really had a feeling. The mother intuition was on one. And he not. He not gonna earn money. He ain't going back to Chicago. Nowhere. He ain't getting nothing. He fucked up. He got fired. Now what are you gonna do now? You did all this for your brother for what? Bucket didn't want him. He wasn't talented. Oh yeah, Bucket didn't want no Willie Earl. Fuck out of here. You wasn't Tyson's enough, bitch. You were low washed. You got favoritism because you was a light skin. I was so done with it. I was saying, really? I don't see him. I was both pissed off with Earl. I said, this motherfucker. I was like, why? I wish I went. So how it ended was Leanne was in the nursing home and everything. And I guess Leanne was in the nursing home, was not speaking. I think she just muted herself, not speaking. The son, John, who's the sheriff at that time, Hattie Mae, which he didn't know at the time was his grandmother, let him know the truth of what happened. Now, they ended it wrong because I was like, okay, what happened to Sheriff Jackson? Did he die? It's like that. Child, that's what I say. I had a lot of characters, but this was complicated. I could imagine my own brother would do that to me. Listen, how I am now, I don't know. Hell to the no. And we close. That's why I tell people, I say, your family member treat you bad and all that stuff like that. Don't even try to work it out. No. If you try and it doesn't work out, you can distance yourself. When you get older, you need your peace. And I tell people, when you get older, you don't want to put yourself in drama. You set boundaries. I had a conversation with my brother the other day. He said, Ty, how you can feel so freaking peaceful? Like, you don't have to think about it because I know my boundaries. I'm at this point in my life, I have peace in my own studio apartment. It's nice and spacious. I live in Harlem. Nobody bother me. Nobody really hardly call me like that. And I don't need to be calling my family members either. If you don't hit me up, I ain't hitting you up. Sure. What the hell is going on here? And I always reach out. It's you, my mom. If y'all need me, y'all always reach out to me. And I would do the same. So what I need to see everybody else? No. And that's point blank period. If I call you, I hit you out. I got friends, social people, YouTube platform, people college, family members. I can still call right now and be all good. So keep your peace. Nobody got time for all that. I'm pushing close to 44 years. I don't got no time for all this extra. No. I don't got it. Call me a bum, call me whatever you want to call me. I'm good. You argue me on some pettiness. It's like, why you didn't? I don't got time. Okay, you got it. You don't have to worry about it. I don't got time. When you get older, like I said, your peace is the more important thing. And when your peace is not being valued, they need to cut people off. I'm sorry. You got to. Because it will keep eating yourself alive, trying to please everybody else. It's not happening. I said all that to say, bye. You should let your brother left at that Chicago place. He didn't care nothing about your health or your well-being. You should have left him ass sitting right there, not freaking bed, drugged up and all. And you can't buy that. So you need to value that. And people say it's not. It's only hard when you try not to make it hard. Some things you can't control. Don't get mad about that. Some things you control is your own actions, reactions. So if you upset, then you always get taken advantage of. Find out what you're doing to get taken advantage of, and stop doing that. If you're mad that you always giving people money, and they don't give you back when you in your down times, say no. Start saying no. They get mad. Oh well, there's nothing meant to be. You got to do that. If you tell your family members to respect your space, respect your boundary, respect your relationship, and they don't do that, cut them off. You try to work it out if you want to work it out, but if it doesn't work out, cut them off. You tried. It is what it is. Parents need to stop being favoritism with the kids, pitting them one together, because when you start favoritism, it does trickle down to your kids, and they start treating each other badly, like the Buster treating Willie Earl better than Bayou, and that's what trickled down to Willie Earl treating Bayou the same way his father doing. Because he valued that you was better than his brother, his own other son, that he created both of y'all. Stop doing that. Ethel Lee figured basically kind of somewhat pimp her daughter to get money because her money was dried up for her freaking divorce. Whatever happened. Put your daughter in risk, knowing that she's illegal, but she was playing passing. Put her at risk because you want money and status. Child, family structure is so cool. I'm giving the word tonight, y'all. I speak a word and I'm preaching. It's not that, but I was like, I don't. So when they asked me, I said, you gotta do that. You gotta control your anger, you gotta control yourself and focus on what's important. If you got kids, focus on your kids and yourself. Everybody else is secondary. It is what it is. Oh well. Point your own daughter because your money is dried up. And that's how they do it. They live vicariously through their own children. And use their children. And mess up their children. And not letting your daughter pick her own choice of being with bio, you force her to be with somebody that's natural and put her in danger. Also, Jonathan, the sheriff Jonathan, he found out the truth through the letters. He came to see his mom, Leanne, who Bucket, and the nurse said, Leanne, this is your son. And so he gave the letters, and that's when Leanne started crying. And that's when he got his answers. He said, oh, okay. So now Jonathan went outside, sit down, and that's how the movie ended. It just panned out. Now he realizes that what the hell? Hey, I'm thinking that my father was John the senior. I was a John the junior. No, I was a freaking black man baby. And how when I was light as hell, looked lighter than his mother. I said, oh, child, DNA is something, right? Child, your mother was white. You could be all white. Hey. Yes. Yep. And like you could tell what it was that the lead passing to. Why lead Bucket since he could pass? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The mother was around. I don't know where the hell she went. And only listen to buy your song. Yeah, of course. That's the love of her life. And I can tell after that death of her freaking love of her life, she shut down. And I can tell that nurse to her she wasn't talking. I can tell she wasn't talking. And so she got the letters in her hand. That's when she gave any signs and emotions. Three-fourth black and could pass. Sound like some bluff family. That's what I'm saying. And that guy was white as hell. Yeah, it was a stepson. And that's when he made that comment. You were nothing but a dark skinned Negro or something like that. And I said, you dark too, bitch. So what the fuck are you talking about? Boy, don't act like you was light skinned. Shit. Mm-hmm. Well, remember she said the first time that she would have stopped talking and live in misery. Child, she would have. Yep. She would stop talking and live in misery. If I can't be with the man I love, I'm gonna shut my ass down. You'd be surprised who maybe have that. Who may have that past. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, Tom Perry, he decided to do this movie and he did a good job. But I was like, God, Tom Perry, you want us to get mad or something? Child, you did the good job because we was all pissed. There's one thing about the white dudes in the back, what we all know about, but your own family, what we know that could be still happening and still happening to this day. So added last minute thoughts of them doing because it's about to be 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock here. I know people got to go to work. No, 12, no, Columbus Day. All right. I know people might be off work or not, but still. Any last minute thoughts about this movie? Like I said, it's good. If you have not watched it, it's on Netflix. Like I said, it's good. It's one of the movies that I could put on the Tyler Perry's film that is a good movie to watch. Just like A Famous Place, just like A Cut of Girls, and like Family Reunion. It was another good movie. Some movies are good. And you can tell Family Reunion, I'm a mother child. And you know, oh child. So don't forget next Sunday. Yes, F the Lee, F Buster, F Woody Earl. Child, all the motherfuckers said F them. F Jackson. That's how I say it. F all these motherfuckers. F John Sr. F all of them. F that white host. What about Papa Son of Gentleman? Yes. There you go, see him. Let it out. Let it out. F all y'all. Child. Let me see if I get the little visuals of what the characters are. All right, so this is the characters. So you got Leanne, she's the top left. The next is Bayou. Next, I don't know why they put Hattie Mae. They put Mama. This Hattie Mae. But Mama, that's the mother. Then that's Willie Earl right there. Austin Scott. Willie Earl. The next that is Iowa. That was the manager. That was the Jewish manager that helped Bio get this gig. Then we got Ethel Lee. That was the mother. She was the mother of Leanne. Right here. You see that? Lena Young was Ethel Lee. Then we got Milana Jackson. She was the maid. Sissy was a good friend of Hattie Mae. Right here. Who's like, she took note. Sissy was a lady that took no freaking, she don't play. She don't play. She covered you behind, she like that, but she didn't play. Then we got Jonathan. Then we got John. I think Jonathan was the sheriff, the son. And then John was the mayor. They got Sheriff Jackson, Brad Benedict. You know, that's Kyle from Oval. And they got Buster. That was the father. Chad Wolfardi. Well, that was a cousin. I don't know what the hell that guy was. But that was the cast. So if y'all didn't know, that's the cast off. Oh, and the granddad, yes. Hmm. So that was the thing. So next Sunday, Mr. Social Corner will be The Mo. So it's on Netflix. Please watch The Mo. I think I'm about to get off here and watch The Mo myself. So if y'all want to get on Discord with me, let's finish watching. We can watch it again because if y'all didn't watch the beginning, we can start from the beginning. And that's that. Until further ado, I appreciate y'all coming through. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Like I said, there's many spoilers. So if you didn't watch it, try to watch it and come back to my thing and give me your input. Or if y'all don't care, watch my review. Hey, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, share this video. And I'm going to do more often of these movies, stuff like that, because there's a lot of movies coming out that we can have a talk, a discussion, or series and stuff. And we can do that. All right? And if y'all like it, y'all tell me y'all want me to continue doing that, because I enjoy this. CM. Thank you, CM. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Tiffany, for coming through. Thank you, what's her name? Rosalind Harvin. Thank you so much for y'all coming through. And all the people replay game. Appreciate y'all. Twitter, appreciate y'all. People who hide in the bushes. Appreciate everything. Until then, like next Sunday, Mr. Talks at 4 o'clock will be Real Housewives of Potomac to premiere. Love and Marriage Huntsville, Fan Fiance. Ooh. That's it? And Cherish the Day. Those are 4 shows. Oh, yeah. We go watch, like I said, we go watch The Mo tonight. And I was up to episode 4. So we can watch the beginning again if you didn't see it yet. Because I want to start watching it again and I can start taking some notes and see what's going on. So I'm getting off of here, about to watch The Mo. And y'all give me the score. About to get off of that. But until then, love y'all. See y'all thing. See y'all again this week. Like I said, on Wednesday, I might watch Cherish the Day on Wednesday afternoon. Thursday night is movie night. Saturday, we watch Love and Marriage Huntsville and Fan Fiance. And that's it. All right. Love y'all. And peace out. And transfer over to Discord right now so we can start watching The Mo if we did not watch it yet. Peace out. Hey, I'll bounce to my music. All right, catch me on Discord tonight, y'all. Peace out.